Voices of the Anambra, our pride, our voice.
You're welcome once again to another amazing episode of Voices of the Anambra, your podcast where you get to talk your mind as it said do you, from the angle where they said do you, right? And we dissect some of the issues here in Anambra State on this podcast. We hear the voices of our people here. We listen to the voices of our people here. And my name is Uche Chukwu Ebonam. You can as well call me Jasmine.
My name is Favor Asiro. It's so good to be here, back on your screens. It's been a minute. Hi, Uche Chukwu.
I'm fine.
You're looking pretty as always.
Thank you. You too.
The sky is yellow today.
Well, I'm not too much. All right, my people. You know, here on Voices of the Anambra, like I said, we try to take a look at some of the happenings in the state and hear your voice, the way you feel about some of these certain happenings in the state.
Yeah.
And come to think about happenings in the state. Recently, Mr. President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu visited Anambra State, and a lot of words were on the streets. On my way to work that day, I was in a shuttle bus and someone said, so the driver or shuttle bus was of the opinion that it was like, all these things that they're doing, is it because president is coming? Right. They are putting banner, they are putting this one because president is coming. Another person said, yes, you know, we'll be presidents. We got to prepare. I didn't say anything. I was just listening to that conversation, because you need to hear what people have to say now. So we're just going back and forth on the entire preparation and all that. Now, on the day of Mr. President's visit, people still had their own opinion. Yeah. A lot of people said, yes, it's good though that Mr. President is paying a visit to Anambra State. He should come and see Mr. Solution.
People have different opinions. Yeah.
Different opinions, different thoughts. And some people of the opinion that, yes, I wish I had to record this thoughts because it was like mind-blowing. Some of the opinion that, yes, Mr. Governor is doing so well. In fact, he deserves the visit of Mr. President every time. Come and see what Mr. Governor is doing. You always hear, different thoughts, and that is why we are here on Voices of the Anambra, because we want to hear your voice. We want to know what you think. And we're not going to call everybody in that studio now, one after the other. So today with us is past TC chairman of here in Anambra State. Yes, Honorable Anselm Onora. Onoha. Is it Onoha or Onora? Onora. Mouth of the people.
Can you imagine?
The mouth of the people. Just like one of our pastors said, Anoke, land of rats.
Wow.
This is mouth of the people. You're welcome to Voices of the Anambra.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure being here.
Yes, so it's a pleasure having you too, because these presidential visits now we just witness recently. I see you. One. I see you. So tell me, how did you perceive the entire event?
Okay, thank you. And like you said, it was a visit that had a lot of inferior interpretations, feelings.
Yeah.
Just like what do you say in philosophy, the big elephant.
Voila.
The person who touches the tail, we say elephant is just about long tails. The person who touches the leg, we say it's about one big leg. So people had a different interpretation. But at the end of it, basically one thing is common.
Yeah.
That Anambra is progressing. That Anambra is not just connecting to the center, but it seems that the center is drinking from Anambra. So you see, like the center is drinking from the work of Anambra. And because when you look at this whole thing, you say the president came for a working visit. Okay. So the president visit, like I said, was not just an ordinary visit. And Mr. Governor was sworn in on the 17th of March 2022, and Mr. President came on 8th of May 2025.
Yes.
If you do the arithmetic, that's just about 1,148 days.
Voila!
that he
don't
came.
get it.
We don't know say be statistics
So-
master. Oh.
If you look at it, that's just the number of days Mr. Governor has spent as a governor, and he has built Fun City, has built the new, don't even want to say government lodge, because that is a city
Yes.
in a city.
Yes.
He has also built a number of roads, you know the medical facilities he has done across the wards and the local government under these few days. And more important of it, without borrowing. So when you say that president is visiting the state, what is he coming to do? That is important. He's coming to commission a project. And when you begin to talk of the economic impact of those things he has done, it's like we are sharing the Fun City, Anambra, with all the big men, with all the whatever, we don't have a pleasure park where people can go out. You find out that towards the weekend, people move out of Anambra.
Yeah.
But with the presence of Fun City now, you feel that people will go there to rejuvenate their spirit after the work of the week.
Yeah.
So what Mr. President came to do was not just a visit, but it was a bold statement. And like you said, yes, you saw everybody moving around.
Yes.
Yes, because we are happy with Mr. Governor. We are happy with what Mr. President came to do. So it was a historic visit. And it was a visit that is going to remain in the memories of Anambra. And again, you saw the realization of Mr. President. He wasn't in a hurry to go.
No.
If he wasn't in a hurry
If that you the way I quite say, you go to a hurry to go.
You saw the dancing steps. So it was a big one.
Yes.
And we'll congratulate everyone who
Yes.
made that happen.
Some think that the reason for Mr. President coming to Anambra State and not sending a delegate to come is of the fact that Mr. President and Mr. Governor have a already built relationship. Do you tend to agree to that?
Yes, I agree to a certain extent, of course. There's aspect of friendship, but there's aspect of coming to affirm reality on ground. If you also listen to Mr. Governor's speech, he's a man of free spirit, and he says his mind. He doesn't so much want to pet what is not there.
Yeah.
He made mention. He has been a friend with Mr. President while he was CBN governor. In fact, he mentioned three his own works, three things: historical, the aspect of history between him and Mr. President, from CBN governor, why Mr. President was governor, the relationship the brainstorming they have been doing.
Yeah.
The aspect of also ideology. They share the same ideology. Mr. President has been talking about federalism, true federalism.
Yeah.
And they said true federalism. And Professor Soludo, even before he became a governor, if you have ever read most of his articles, you see the idea of advancing Nigeria to true federalism. And they talk of Zikism. They talk also social welfare of the people, which are the things we see now in government, the welfareism of Zik, the social aspect of the people, what we say in Latin, the welfare of the people is the supreme law of every good governance.
Yeah.
So for Mr. Governor, the progressivism, the ideology of getting Nigeria to work as a true federal system, which Mr. President shares. And also it's like Common Palace now. I saw the billboard everywhere now. Progressives are working together. Mr. Governor also mentioned that also, that ABGA and the All Progressive Brothers Alliance, in terms of political philosophy, because I tell people, it's not just about saying I'm in party Z or party Z, but what does your party stand for?
What's ideology?
And Mr. Governor is using Anambra as a test case for ABGA. That if we are campaigning as ABGA government, sorry, I'm a member of ABGA, a card-carrying member of ABGA, that when we are campaigning for people, so look at Anambra, this is how your state will be if you vote ABGA in government. I think that's
an example.
It becomes an example that if you vote ABGA in your government, you have a free education.
Yeah.
Through free education, people have been saying free education. It's like what we hear every day.
Yeah.
But through free education, that you don't pay anything, that you have roads, that you have pipe-borne water. I don't know, those of you that are very young, you didn't experience pipe-borne water. When we are growing up, we just saw it as it was dying off. But today we saw it reviving back.
Yeah.
And so these are the social amenities we are going to tell people that if you vote ABGA government, what Professor Soludo is doing in Anambra is what your state is going to look like. And you saw that link also within the ABGA Manifesto and All Progressive Grand Alliance Manifesto. So
You mean All Progressive Congress?
Congress, sorry, thank you, All Progressive Congress. So the progressivism and the philosophy is what matches the two parties together. And Mr. Governor was able to point that, and it takes someone who thinks to compare notes and say, okay, because at the end of the day, it's the people that matters.
Yeah.
Whatever you are governing, whatever party, people don't. What matters is what are you putting on the desk for the people.
Yeah.
So we saw the link, the marriage between that progressivism between Afghan, and it's something that we have to embrace because no matter whoever that will govern Anambra State must be on Anambra, and it must be for a better good.
Okay, so you know how we talked about people having their different opinions about stuff. So I've heard people say, "Oh, he came to commission Fun City, he came to commission government house and all that. How about factories and the rest of that?" Do you have any opinion on this matter?
Yes.
That the president came and is Fun City and this other, not factories.
Yes.
You know.
You see, in economic index, or even in Anambra economic index, I tell you, one of the major things in the Anambra want is road. That Mr. Governor has scored A+. Because if you have access to wherever their raw material, their farms, their business areas, it makes the economy to improve. I will tell you, for instance, Anambra West, above a mill, these are agrarian areas that have been abandoned for so long. Farmers who are there now can now bring their food to the center, even where those factories can access them. So Mr. Governor has done that already by building roads. Yes, he picked 3 things Mr. President came to commission. We have been commissioning roads.
Yeah.
So Mr. President must not commission everything. And I tell you, government has no business in business. My personal opinion. It is not the duty of the government to build factories, but it's the duty of the government to provide enabling environment for people, for entrepreneurs to build factories. And that is what Mr. Governor is doing. And if you look at the project he has taken, these are capital intensive projects that are not meant basically for entrepreneurs. Individuals don't majorly build roads, but he has built roads to help the entrepreneurs to strive.
Yeah.
So these are the things. People also look at that area. The roads Mr. Governor has been built. In fact, he has not even commissioned 5% of the roads he built. Commissioning is not even part of his. This is historical because for 33 years, Anambra has not had a government house. For 33 years, Anambra has not had a recreation center. So these are the basic things people should look at. These are historic things that has happened that reminds in Igbo language said Ajodibia na Botajommo. So it's a big divine and there is a big masquerade. So these are big investment Mr. Governor has done from the Anambra. So we require the presence of Mr. President.
Let's take a look at everything that happened on the day Mr. President came. From the airport, we had the Anambra Cultural Troupe having an amazing display over there. We had people from the All Progressive Congress as well with their flags and all welcoming Mr. President, and we had Anambra in mass at every point, raising the Nigerian flag in solidarity, welcoming Mr. President into Anambra State. What does that tell of Anambra?
Yes, I think it's about the spirit of the Anambra, the acceptability of Mr. President. And like you said, Mr. President went to 4 different places, and or even 5, because at the airport there was people waiting for him at the airport, hundreds of people. Even along the road, I saw students came out in mass, wave at Mr. President. Even at a point, I saw one of the clips where he was waving along the road. At Fun City, hundreds of Anambra was there, Unizik, the government house, then the main venue, Alice Ekweme Square. So at these different occasions, you saw people came out in mass. These are not party mobilized people. These are the Anambra market women on the way waving to Mr. President, showing acceptability of Mr. President. And I'm sure Mr. Governor may have been shocked at the number of persons he saw on the road. I know. Left for him alone. He wouldn't want people standing on those roads. But people came out on their own because this is their president who came to visit Anambra to commission what he has done. So, two things: credibility, pass mark from Mr. Governor that yes, what you have done, we have seen. We've seen, we feel. Mr. President, welcome to Anambra State. We are one, like I said. So, the whole scenario painted a picture of acceptability. And you saw also at the venue, so he was given a traditional title by all the traditional rulers in Anambra State. So if it was to be probably an APGA something, it would have been only for APGA members. And you just mentioned it at the airport. The APC came. Of course, the president is a card-carrying member of all progressive Congress, and in every, like the spirit of Anambra, they were in the airport to welcome one of their members who is now our president. So it was like, yes, the spirit of acceptability for Anambra. For me, it's like a pass mark and the endorsement for Mr. President, and the confirmation of Professor Soludo's good job in Anambra.
All right. After the entire, road trip, at a point there's this video that is going online of Mr. President even passing a kiss to all of us like this. Favor, did you see the clip? When Mr. President blow kiss for us, we can't collect the kiss normally. So, and someone said, through the comments that people in other states should learn from Anambra how to welcome Mr. President. That Anambra State has given a kind of a template to other states, because Mr. President is going from one state to the other, giving this template to the rest of the world, the rest of the other states in Nigeria. This is how we welcome people.
Yes.
And do you quite agree with that?
Yes, sure. This is how we welcome our guests generally in the Anambra. And even if you remember that day at the venue, at a point you started singing "Now Papa Bidizo," something like that. Here, the youth, we are singing this one "Now Papa," and you saw also when Mr. Governor finished speaking, he came and he was dancing, and you saw the president.
Yeah, dancing along.
Dancing along. Something unofficial for somebody, but the joy, he couldn't
contain
himself, and he started dancing on the floor. So, what happened, like say, is not just a template, but what the word should be, irrespective of. But that has been my view. After politics, we go into governance. And what Mr. President has demonstrated by visiting Anambra is that despite political differences, we are now into governance. And remember his first word after greeting in the Anambra, he said, "Anambra, solution is here." And that is a fact. And the Anambra is seeing solution. There's no argument about that.
Yeah.
What has happened over the 1,148 days Mr. Governor has been sick has never happened in Nigeria. That a governor has built this number of roads, over 450 completed, new government house, and like I said, a city in a city. Yeah, I don't like using the word government house, but the government house will just contain the governor's lodge, his office, and whatever. But this is a city, an estate, state of the art building, the fun city, without borrowing money. At a point, there's something I read the other day when Mr. Governor was, that time they were putting all these guys that are doing Yahoo and saying, "You must tell us what you do." Yeah. I saw somebody saying that we should question Mr. Governor to tell us where he's getting the money. Because this is beating my imagination that at this critical point in time, people are borrowing to fuel their government vehicles. Mr. Governor has never borrowed to construct roads or to do all those things. So for us, it's a kudos, and we cannot continue to thank him enough.
Over 30 years now, the Southeast generally has been seen as, in quotes, an abandoned child, a neglected child of federal infrastructural spending. So the president's coming now has caused a revolution in that regard, because everything that the governor requested, every request made by the governor, the president approved, right? So could say that that's a change, you know. So as an Anambra man and as an Igbo man, generally, how does that make you feel?
First, the name Professor Soludo is not a pushover in Nigeria, whether as a governor of Anambra State, because you saw his impact as CBN governor. And let me digress a little bit. Remember during COVID-19, Mr. Governor wrote an article and he made a suggestion to federal government to open up our borders that we can contain the lockdown. And the federal government heeded to that and opened the borders, and we saw the economic improvement. Again, Mr. President was here, Mr. Governor made a request. And there, Mr. President approved it.
Yeah.
Showed you the quality. It's not just about talking, but the content of what comes from it. It's not somebody that...
The quality of the man.
The quality of the man, and they know that whatever he has suggested has worked. So, Professor Soludo making that request is also, which he has said in many places, that for those of us who talk about Biafra, we don't necessarily talk of geographical Biafra. We can talk of territorial Biafra, the mental Biafra, economic liberation, where the Southeast can be like UAE, the Dubai, where we can improve our economy. And Mr. President visits coming to Anambra and approve those things has end in quotes what we say marginalization. Because probably we don't present our request in a clear terms. You can't be outside the circle throwing stone to people and also requesting for the people you are throwing stone to come and attend to you. And so Mr. President coming has ended marginalization, and you saw a typical of it where Mr. Governor requested something and the president attended to it. So it's a clear call to Southeast governors to come together. Yes, there's individual differences in the states they need to attend, but there's at a point where they need to come together and rally around one person to speak. And at this point, I think Mr. Governor is that voice the Southeast is waiting for to speak, to articulate our point, our need, and present to the federal government. They should use Anambra. Mr. President has been visiting states. I've never heard of any state where the governor made a spontaneous presentation and the president responded in approval immediately. So it shows the quality of man we have as a governor. And it's somebody we need to rally around. So I call on all the Southeast governors to come around Mr. Governor to present our case to the federal government. So for me, it's the quality of the presenter, the content of the presenter. And for example, if you look at many of the things Mr. Governor requested, for instance, the roads that we from Anambra West connecting Kogi to Abuja, that will cut the travel time to 3 hours, that Mr. President approved. The including Anambra in the railway master plan, and the gas, and also the dredging of the river port. These are things that are going to boom the economy of the Southeast, not Anambra necessarily, but the Southeast, because Anambra holds one of the biggest market in West Africa, the Onitsha market. I'm sure we are aware of that. So connecting these three things will help the traders, the young entrepreneurs to boom their economy. And Mr. President, you saw, Mr. President immediately approved them. I have to tell you that it's not necessarily about talking, but the quality and the timing of the presentation. Mr. Governor is a master strategist. He knew the time to strike. And I think he did this one very well, and Mr. President accepted that. So for us, the issue of marginalization doesn't exist. It's about how we present our case and to who presented it. Because we don't, what do they call ofeke for PG? You don't give ofeke, you don't give ofeke, you don't make ofeke your mouthpiece. So Mr. President, we thank him for that. And we also appreciate Mr. Governor's courage to do that.
All right. During when Mr. Governor was presenting his speech, he made mention of APGA being the oldest progressive party, All Progressive Grand Alliance, and APC coming up later, to become the youngest progressive, and then being the youngest has now it has overtaken APGA as the fact that it is now in the center, and it has somewhat become the biggest progressive. And Mr. Governor was then telling Mr. President that he's the leader of the progressives, where he leads the oldest progressive, which is the APGA, he leads the biggest progressive, which is the APC. So how do you see this intertwined relationship as becoming progressives working together for a better Anambra and a better Nigeria?
So thank you. Then we need to put that in context so you don't misunderstand anybody. Mr. Governor made that when he was making, when he was presenting the three ideologies, the historical, the ideological, and the
Progressivism.
And he has always said that APGA is the first political party that was registered under the name Progressive.
Progressives, yeah.
Later on, APC came, and if you look at the life history of APC, it was a merger between
some political parties.
Yes, some political parties. APGA has been a child born of itself.
Yes.
Grew his own compound, his own father's compound,
Yes.
before he moved to his own personal house. So when Mr. Governor was talking about that, he was talking about the openness of leaving politics aside and facing governance. That after being elected into various parties, APC and APGA, now we are moving into governance. And we share a similar ideology, progressivism, which appears in the two parties. So that's, of course, as a president, he's the number one citizen of Nigeria.
Yeah.
And also coming from APC, or Progressive Congress. So he is leading the APC. Mr. Governor, being the governor of Anambra State, he's also the leader of the national leader of our own party, APGA.
Yeah.
So he's leading APGA in Anambra, while Mr. President is leading APC in Nigeria and also serves as our president. So if two of them can come together, leaving other little political issues aside and move forward.
Differences.
Yes, leaving difference. So Mr. Governor was making that a strong presentation, a strong argument, and a very logical.
Yeah.
That yes, it's like marriage. We can come together for the betterment of, if Anambra moves forward, Nigeria is moving forward. And if Nigeria is moving forward, Anambra is moving forward. So Mr. Governor made that presentation, and now we can come together and work for the betterment of Anambra. So it was a strong argument and it was a strong case, which I saw also from Mr. President's reaction, that he accepted that in approving the things Mr. Governor requested.
Yeah.
Because he would have said, okay, we'll go back and take it to, of course, they will still go back to effect. But the fact that he has accepted it, his works are law. Mr. President's works are law. So I'm sure that in a few weeks to come, we're going to see the effect of that. And Mr. Governor is not somebody who can promise something and he won't fulfill it. I'm sure he's going to follow that up.
What are the take-home lessons from everything that happened at the Alex Ekweme Square? We saw testimonials from people who came to appreciate Mr. President for even coming to Anambra State, and also to thank Mr. Governor for all the wonderful things he has been doing in Anambra State, which is very much evident. What I take home from these testimonials we received at the event?
Okay, I think I'll take you back. What are the testimonials of Mr. Governor's 1,148 days in office? Because without Mr. Governor, probably President wouldn't have been here. So the basic take home is, when you're electing a leader, elect someone who is ready to work. If Mr. Governor has not done those things, Mr. President wouldn't have been here. But the basic take home of that particular event is that Professor Soludo has performed above average. He has performed as if he's on his last 8 years' time. Because these are the things we see when governors are wanting to hand over. And for Mr. Governor, he used to say it in a jovial form that Anambra aren't seeing something.
We have not seen anything yet.
He never go market, go buy bees, and they talk say my don't. So the take home is that Mr. Governor he used to say it, his agenda is agenda with deadline.
Yes.
And he's focused on what he's doing. And the crowd that came out that day is affirmation of that. That's yes, because of course, when you call a festival and people don't come, something is there. Mr. President and people came in solidarity with Mr. Governor to welcome Mr. President. acceptability of Mr. President, end of supposed marginalization, and kudos to Mr. Governor for the good work he has done.
November 8th is almost here. In fact, why May, June, July, August, like play, November go reach. Like play, November 8th go reach. Like play, we go polls, go votes, right? And so they say they go connect us to center. With all things that have happened, taking place during the week, do you still see any need to? Are we not connected to the center?
Who be that person? Who
They say they won't connect us to center. And that's what I can ask you.
Who they connect us to center? The person who show us. No, but it's funny when. But of course, that is politics. For Nigerian Constitution says every 4 years, a tenure of a governor or president ends and we do election.
Yeah.
So definitely we must abide by what Constitution is saying. But
Exactly.
anybody coming seriously spending his money, saying that he's contesting against Mr. Governor is, I think he's wasting his time. Because the center you are saying, and I said it before, I think center is learning from Anambra. I'm sorry to say that. This is my personal opinion. But I think center is learning. Learning from Anambra. Anambra is already at which center? Which center? And it also shows that that person doesn't even understand what is called true federalism, Mr. President, is spiritual. Because federalism is from the states. It's the center that come and take small. Without the state, the center will not survive. So it means that the person doesn't understand what Mr. President wants. So Anambra, but I understand their whatever, but every political people will come out and do, they can do mathematics. If all the governors contribute something and give him, whatever he might spend, he will,
Recover.
He will cover and move back to his business. So whoever that is telling us that November 8th, they will connect us to the center. Let them remain at the center there. We are happy here. And like I said, you saw even Mr. President, he said Anambra is rising. And we are rising together. And personal interpretation, he didn't say Nigeria is rising, Anambra is rising with them. He said Anambra is rising. And we are rising what? Together. So Anambra is a state to look forward to. And Prostat Soludo is the man at the center. So we thank him. And thank you. God bless you.
It has been a long ride, but it was worth it. It was worth it. Thank you so much for coming to join us on Voice of Anambra, to lending your voice. Let's know how you feel. This is your personal opinion, your own thoughts, and all that, which should be added to the list of voices that we've heard on this podcast. Thank you so much once again for coming.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
So, we'll go on the short break. We'll be right back because we still have a lot to share on this presidential visit. Stay with us. Welcome back. Yes, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to Voices of Anambra, where we get to talk our minds. And this is the second segment on the episode where we're going to talk about the presidential visit which just recently took place in Anambra State, and as well commissioning of a lot of landmark legacy projects in our amazing, lovely state. Anambra. You know now, and I still remain your lovely host, Uchechukwu Ebonam. You can call me Jasmine.
Let me say what Asira. I like to say, just like Governor, Anambra is rising.
Yes, so Anambra is rising, and that is why we have saying this case like this. We are going to, put.
We're rising with him.
Yes, we are rising along with him like this. So when you are rising, you need to be hearing from the goose and the ganga. Because what is good for Uganda is good for the goose. Anyway, what is good for... Let's leave their English first. Talking about the presidential visit, we had Honorable Anselm Honora with us. And here is... Wakamobia again. The first time you came on the podcast, we never go the new government house. It has not been commissioned. It was just under construction and all that. They don't move. They go. As I go to event you. We have Ogugo with us again. Have fun now, OG.
Thank you for having me again. Oh, we did.
You did.
What man go do now?
You don't move.
It's very necessary. So it's something that will happen whether we like it or
everything
not.
Everything don't move.
That's,
all the bed, the pillow, the pots.
that's what it's supposed to be.
Everything. I don't tell you say everything. Everything don't move. Come up from my mom. Yeah.
It's fine. Don't worry.
I know
watch out for what is coming up there.
Yeah.
The governor's lodge is moving, but something
new is coming
I believe one bar for Oluwatoegu is going to put something better for us there. So
okay.
I'm not even disturbed.
It's a win for all.
Yes, definitely, it's a win for us. So we are happy. Every Anambra is happy of the massive development he's bringing to the state. We've never had this good. So we're happy.
Because Mr. Governor said you ain't seen nothing yet.
You ain't seen nothing, yes. Just like the Americans
you ain't seen nothing yet. Okay. So you were around during the presidential visit. In fact, Anambra, heard about the visit and witnessed the visit. How would you, describe the entire event?
Let me first of all start with what people were saying on the streets.
I love that.
Even in my own
abode,
they were like, "Are you sure?" Because working with the government, like, "Are you sure the president is coming?" We heard he's going to send somebody to come and represent you. You're going to come. The governor is not of his party, so how will he come? This one. So a lot of things, a lot of doubt. Some people were doubting. I was like, how can you people be doubting if the president is coming or not? He has a very good relationship with Mr. Governor. Mr. Governor is a progressive. The president is a progressive. So they've always been working together. During the time of campaign, I believe people that are listening to the president talk will know that he has a good relationship with the governor. So there was no doubt in my mind from day one when the governor invited him and he said he was going to come. There was no doubt in my mind that the president was going to come himself. And he came. So that's it. And his coming is very, I think we opened our eyes. We goes further to confirm the relationship he has with Mr. Governor. And as a matter of fact, if I were the people contesting with the governor, I think we'll just go in and rest, keep their money. First of all, not just the president talking good, endorsing the governor or saying the governor is doing well, Anambra is rising, and he has come to confirm. If you listen to his speech, you will hear or you will get the points one after the other. It's not just that. We in Anambra, because when you say the president, it will be like it doesn't even need the president to come and tell us the governor is doing good.
Yeah.
Unless you're not living in Anambra. I have friends staying abroad. Every now and then they will call and say, what's happening? I hear this one. I say, no. Ask me, and I'm telling you, if you have another person you want to confirm from, call that person and confirm. Don't just believe everything you read on the social media.
Yeah.
Some people are out there to discredit. Ibulu ball, just like they say in football. When you have the ball, definitely. So I believe it's just politics. People tend to discredit you because they don't want you to. But everything is on ground. So you see it. You go out there. There's no way you drive from here to just 200 meters or 300 meters without seeing a project, roads, anything. Governor is working all around. So the presidential visit is a plus. So it goes further to give him the opportunity to tell the president, because people only are talking about the governor, he endorsed the governor, is he entering APC, is he doing what? They didn't hear when the governor was listing the things that he should do for the state. Nobody is talking about,
which also benefit the entire Southeast.
Nobody is talking of that. You hear them talking about he made this speech, he said this, he said that. Did you hear the requests he made to the president?
The content.
And the president accepted to he granted them all. Every of his demand, every of his whatever he was asking was granted by the president. What more can you ask of?
At the spot.
At the spot, there and then. The president said he's going to do that. Talk of rail, he accepted, he said he's going to do it. Gas, he said he was going to do it. Dredging of the Niger, the seaport. He accepted to do all those things. And nobody's talking about that. What they're talking about now is The governor said brewery. He said this.
Yeah, talking about that. A lot of words on the streets are like the last time Mr. President came to Anambra, it was 2012, and some are citing it like an attack on a prominent body. Do you think it's a necessary attack?
This social media thing has done more harm. It's good. Social media is good, but sometimes you find out that some people just do mischief with their phones. Data is cheap. When they buy data behind you, also,
she beggar.
Okay, even at
before
that,
you subscribe, look well.
they'll just be looking for things just to cause problems between brothers and all that. I don't see anything wrong with what he wasn't attacking anybody. The president came to commission brewery, and he didn't say it in a bad light. After all, the governor, maybe people don't know. Governor is the number one promoter of made in Anambra goods. In the governor's lodge today, if he's having an event, what the drinks you're going to see there are made in Anambra, local. Nkwenu from Obo, Ngwo, things you eat, look, you don't see all these champagne and all that. Then I believe Hero is being produced here in Anambra. That's the brewery we're talking about. You must see Hero. He has to be made in Anambra first. Then if he has exhausted the made in Anambra, then it will now be made in Nigeria.
Yeah.
That has been his mantra. He's the number one promoter of made in Anambra thing. So I don't see, people are just trying to make issues where there is none. So it's politics again, I say. So that is not even it's not an issue.
When Mr. Governor was delivering his speech, something actually struck me for the fact that he called Mr. President the professor of federalism, and seeing Mr. Governor as a true federalist as well, two federalists working together, and him being a professor, noting that Mr. President is also a professor of federalism. How do you see that?
Like I said earlier, his visit further confirmed their relationship. It has come a long way. It's not just now. So if you listen line by line, words by words, what the president said about the governor, say he knows the way. Anambra is rising. You know better now. You listened to him, so he was pointing it out.
Yeah.
And coming now to see things on ground, it further confirms that he's laying the foundation. The foundation are being laid, and Anambra is rising. We all see that Anambra is rising. So Mr. President with Soludo is a perfect combination, and they're working. The synergy is awesome. So, and that's what everybody expects from, because the governor is he's not learning on the job. He has been there, so he knows how to manage resources and all that. So I would be disappointed if he doesn't do all the things deliver on all the things we are seeing now.
He also took it like a step further, appreciating the governor's wife. Yes, about supporting his own wife. So what's your take on that?
I can actually speak on Dr. Manye Soludo from morning till night. That woman is an angel. No, seriously, that woman is an angel. You may walk past her on the road without even knowing that that's the governor's wife. That's how simple and nice, unassuming she is. Very nice. When she sees you, she will be like, how are you? Are you okay? She's a mother. She's a mother. So working with the president's wife, if the synergy between her and the president is not surprising. Again, I say it's not surprising. She's a mother. She's down to earth. So she's somebody I can say you can trust her to do the right thing. So supporting the wife of the president is not surprising to we. Maybe it's surprising to the president, but not to we that know her very well.
Yeah.
So.
And during the event, one key point of that event is the fact that the 179 communities in the Igwe of Anambra State came together. 181 communities came together to crown, cheer our Mr. President, DK Simba 1 in Anambra. DK Simba Anambra. And we saw that take place by the Onyishi, the traditional rulers of Anambra State, Igwe Chidubem. How did you see the entire process and the fact that it was a fusion of both Yoruba and English and the Igbo culture? Because I was on the stage and I saw the Yoruba lady who was chanting amazing eulogies for Mr. President during the chieftaincy, period process. So how did you perceive? Although we know that before then, Mr. President had been given the chieftaincy title many years ago by the
Igbo.
Yes, Ezozoka. So
it's not surprising. Abum onye Igbo, ezigbote onye Igbo, and we know how we appreciate people like of that caliber. When people visit somebody of higher class, higher standard, somebody that you believe in that is going to do things for you, maybe somebody that has done something for you, the way we appreciate them, when they come, you give them chieftaincy title. That's the president, and if they didn't do that, I may be surprised. The president came to the state and like making requests of things he wants him to do for you and all that. It's normal to make him feel welcomed, make him feel loved. So giving him a chieftaincy now makes him part of us.
Yeah,
he will be feeling like I'm really disabled, really accepts me like part of them.
Of course, he said he's now the son of the soil.
And you heard him make those that the governor is going to give him land for him to now retirement.
Yeah, retiring Anambra.
So it tells you how passionate he was about it. He loved it. He was happy. He felt he was at home. He felt like he was with his people. So that's a noble thing to do. I love that. The traditional rulers, they came up with that, and it was a fantastic idea. I loved it. When I saw it, I wasn't expecting. When I saw it, I was like, wow, that's nice. This is a good one.
Yeah.
So this man, any request or whatever we are asking this man for, do this for us, he's not gonna say no to his people.
Yeah.
You understand? So that's it.
I think that was really brilliant. And I also think the whole process had a way of bringing every tribe. There was no, what's it called? Now we have the Yorubas, we have the Igbos coming together to achieve a common.
And the Hausas as well. We had
Right.
the Hausas at the events, different ethnic groups together.
Amazing. What do you have to say about the Anambra is rising phrase that the president mentioned when he came?
I think he used that phrase because of what he saw on ground, what he meant on ground. So, believe you me, he's the president. He may not act, but I believe he will be surprised to see, because it's just 3 years. I think we are talking about all these things being put in place in just 3 years.
It's all boring and
3
dying.
years. The president will be surprised. The only thing I would say, okay, maybe he will not be surprised because he knows he knows him before now. He knows what he can do. So I believe that's why he now is Anambra is rising. So, and everybody that you don't want to be biased, you want to be truthful, you want to say it as it is, you will see that Anambra is rising. If you were in this state like a year ago and you're back now, believe you me, if you want to say the truth, you will know. You will say indeed Anambra is rising.
There's one significant event as well, aside the chieftaincy title, where during the testimonials, and we had a permanent secretary who is not from Anambra soil at all. He was speaking Igbo, but he's a Yoruba man. And then I looked and saw Mr. President's face. He was smiling chin to chin. And I said, Una don't collect Mr. President battery. And not only was he the only person that is not from Anambra State who became a permanent secretary, we have another person who's from Abia State as well, who is also a permanent secretary. And we've had stories many years ago of governors who didn't want to, who even sent people who are not from their state away from civil service. Yeah. But here, it is something different. We even have women from, in fact, women where they born for Anambra, where will be Anambra people, don't even plenty pass people, Anambra women.
Definitely.
So how do you see the entire thing play out in front of Mr. President, because what happened there was a true example of a true, feeling of how it is to be a non-indigent living in Anambra State.
Mr. Okay, let me answer your question with a little story. There's a little story I want to tell you.
Okay.
When Mr. Governor won the election, I'll have to be honest, I have to be frank. Because of things people were saying about him, we were hearing he's straight, when he takes over, the way he treats people, we are like scared. This one, a tyrant. We are scared. Honestly, I'll have to be honest with you. We are scared. Like, and the first week, went out with him, come back, we like, how are you people? Eh? Come on, let's go and have lunch. We're like,
a lunch.
Is this the same man that you are telling us? I'm gonna go here when this man, he will do this. Have not just come in and eat. He will sit with us, eating and chatting. He will ask you, so how did you see? Did you see where we went to? Look at how the people there. So don't you feel it is necessary for me to do this for them, do this for them? He will be asking you. You can imagine little you talking with the governor. And like, it was surprising for all of us. So people say a lot of things outside. So that's by the way. You are coming to your question. The governor believes in Nigeria. He's a true Nigerian. So appointing a permanent secretary is something that most states don't do. A permanent secretary that is not from your
the state.
Not just from your region, from your tribe. The guy is from Yoruba. I know Agabayo. He's a nice man. I know him very well. So the governor appointing him, he goes further to show his kind of person. Previously, I don't need to mention names or whatever. Long before, when people want to appoint permanent secretaries, they first consider people from their place. Appointments, generally, you know how it is now. People will first of all consider people from their place before even looking at people from other places, not talk of appointing somebody from another tribe to be a permanent secretary. It's never done. Then teachers, you didn't mention the teachers recruitment.
Yeah.
The teachers recruitment from the 18 states of Nigeria, of the country.
Yes.
People from 18 states. Yeah. So like you always say, the little child in Anambra does not want to be taught by a teacher from his or her village that doesn't know anything. He or she wants to be taught by the best teacher in the world, regardless of where the person is coming from. He's a Congolese or whatever. So long as that's the best teacher, that's what the child wants, to teach him or her, not a teacher that doesn't know anything from his or her village. So that's then coming to the issue of people from other states coming to give birth. Yeah, that's good further to show you the kind of person the governor is. He has the feeling of the poor masses, the downtrodden at heart. So that's why he made this child delivery, free antenatal, free child in all government hospitals. You know what it means for a pregnant woman? Maybe the husband is the woman is a petty trader.
Yeah.
The husband is just a barrow pusher or kada rider and all that, pregnant. And that person is pregnant, goes to the hospital and they say, you are going to perform a CS or cesarean section to wife cannot. However, where will he find the money to pay the hospital bill? Including, because I didn't mention it, it's not just free delivery and free antenatal, including cesarean operations.
Yeah.
And we all know how much these things cost.
They cost.
Free. So you won't blame anybody from the neighboring states coming into Anambra for the antenatal and all that. So, and they're not being stopped.
Yeah.
The funny thing is that nobody will say, because you are from Enugu, because you are from this other state, that we will attend to you. It's only Anambra. It's never done. You don't. If anybody says that to you, that person is lying.
Yeah.
Go and confirm. Regardless of where you're coming from, so long as you're in Anambra, you'll be attended to. Free education. That's money back in the pocket of people struggling to make. So you have little to worry yourself about.
Yeah.
So we can say his challenging status quo is changing things. Or he has changed.
He has changed it.
You know, when the president came, he made a lot of striking statements. He made a lot of statements you look back at and you're like, wow, One of those things was saying that Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo is his brother and friend. He also said that we have a solution and all of that. Do you think that's like an endorsement for his re-election?
Because some are waiting for when they go raise hand up.
Of course, it's an endorsement. They hear English. For somebody that is not of the same political party with you to come and heap those kind of praises and say you're the solution, you know the way. What again do you need for him to now start raising your hand? Oh, come on, that's not campaign. That's not a political rally. He has made his point. The president was very spot on. He didn't miss words. He said it as so everybody heard him loud and clear. It was not, there were no ifs or buts about it. He made his point, and what he said is the truth. And that's why I started with saying, if I was one of these people contesting, I would just put my money in my pocket and go and rest. Because for the president to come and say, this man knows the way. Anambra is rising, and he has come to confirm that he's laying the foundation for. What else do you want him to say? What again are you waiting for? That's an endorsement. I say congratulations to the governor for him to attract that kind of statement, approval from the president. It's not easy. It's good to go.
Of recent, during the presidential visit, Mr. Governor requested for a whole lot of things, and for over 30 years, these are things that have been lacking in the Southeast in general, aside from Anambra State. And we've not even seen any governor come up boldly to request for these things, which would, bring to the feeling of being marginalized, which comes to the hearts of Ndibo. Each time we talk about Nigeria, is there anything on a name federal? The Southeast is lacking in whatever it is that's happening in the federal. And we saw during the presentation of Mr. Governor, where he listed out major things that would, join the Southeast to the rest of Nigeria. And expressly, Mr. President approved these things on the spot. Now, do you feel that this one action by Oluwatoyoku would erase in the minds of a lot of people the thought of being marginalized in Nigeria, especially in Igbo?
Yes. Why I said so is because Soludo knows Tinubu. He knows what he can do. He knows if he asks that he will be granted.
Matthew 7:7.
He will be granted. Knowing the kind of person President Tinubu is. That's why he always our people should work with the center. He's not always shouting marginalism. When the person wants to contest going to office, all of us we run to another. You put all your eggs in one basket. You run to some. No. And when that person wins, you find it difficult to go and ask for something because maybe you didn't support him when he was contesting or something like that. But Tinubu is not that kind of person. He's a true Nigerian. So I believe that's why the governor saw an opportunity to ask. Okay, we are close, we are friends. You can ask your friend for something.
Yeah.
My people need this. And he expressly granted it. Something that has never happened in recent times.
For 30 years.
That's why when I said I was surprised. I was expecting maybe out of all the things he listed, he would take like 1 or 2 and say, okay, I will look into it. But he said expressly, he approved all. He said, I'm gonna do all of them. So it doesn't come easy. It shows a lot of. I give kudos to him. He's the man to beat.
And someone said as well during the entire process, someone behind me said, this is the way Mr. President don't say he will do these things now. Say Mr. Governor go save the money. Say Mr. Governor they happy. Make he save the money, use and do another thing.
Definitely. Just like doing federal. Okay, now presently he's doing a lot of federal roads.
Yes, yes.
If the federal government had done those roads, would have used the money to do other things.
Yes.
Would have used the money to fix other things. But you know how it is. So for the president saying he's going to do this, he's going to do that. he will now, maybe if he was keeping money for those things, he will channel it to other things. So it's a win-win for Anambra and Southeast.
And as well for the fact that people don't, before probably there are people that will be governors or whatever, and when they say they have this opportunity to keep money behind and not use it to do what they were meant to do with the money, you hear, go do your koga embezzle, go with that main house. But in this case, you see people saying, say you ain't gaga to Mr. President, Mr. Governor, don't get where they go. See another kilometer of road.
Definitely. Only a lawyer also. What he goes about doing is, what am I going to do for the Anambra? So, all other, that's definitely. It was a woman at, I think it was a club, I went for an inspection.
Yeah.
And the woman was busy shouting, all out to him, all out to him. And when they call him all out to him, people think it's a title that they gave you.
Yes.
It was one woman at, that came to see the governor when he was on inspection. The club, was shouting, all out to him. Right, look at all out to him. That's how the name came about. Yeah. And the thing took over everybody. Now started calling him all out to him. And that's what he is. Yeah. He's all out to him. Before, just like you were saying, before people from the Southeast, we were in better positions and all that, but nobody will use. People prefer to enrich themselves, put money in their pockets and all that. They don't bring development to the Southeast. And every day they start shouting marginalization. There was a time in this country when we had people from the Southeast were occupying virtually all the top positions and all that. So they didn't do anything with that position. They didn't bring the necessary things they are supposed to bring to the Southeast. And when they don't do that and the opportunity slips by, they turn out and start shouting marginalization. Yeah. Who is marginalizing you?
So that actually brings me to my question. Okay. A lot of things happened, a couple of things happened on that day he visited, but there are some things that look like highlights of his visit. So there was the students chanting, Papa, so, and all of that. There's a particular song they composed for the president. Then there was the Soludo TINUBU'S dance, and there was the photo session between the president and was
the Palm
Secretary. Yeah. So which of these things stood out for you? Which is your highlight?
The dance.
The dance.
Yes.
Why?
The dance. I loved it. You see, after that dance, they embraced each other. They didn't just they embraced each other. It shows you the love. The love.
Like he said, it's his friend
and that alone stands out for me. The president loves him. And that goes further to show that we are going to get whatever it is that is due. Okay, like the governor said, Anambra has been getting whatever is due to them.
Yeah.
I'm saying it because of people that are shouting, want to connect Anambra to the center. What more connection are you looking for? You want to connect from outside when somebody is already inside. Somebody is already sitting at the table and you say you want to connect them to the center.
Someone said the center actually came to us.
It was obvious. It was very glaring. People saw it. So let's not miss what about. We saw it. We saw the love from the stage. Really, when after giving speech, he was running down to where the president. And when he came, they danced. After dancing, they embraced each other. That was the highlight. I loved that part. It touched me. I was like, come on, this is father and son relationship. This is awesome.
And coming to Anambra with his signature cap and living with chieftaincy.
Yeah. That was awesome.
And this brings me to the thought that Mr. Governor would always say that he's the number one marketer of anything in Anambra. And we saw that play out. And also he propagates anything made in Nigeria. Looking at what Mr. President was wearing, the signature akwete. And people on social media say why Mr. Governor go carry akwete away cost. They bring up, say make he carry Isiago. And I was so happy that someone countered that. Said Isiago is not made in the East. But akwete is made in Abia State. So which other propagation do you want of the local made items outside?
We always have opinions anyways.
The governor isn't just preaching for people to wear akwete. He never at some point said it's only akwete. And he said made in Anambra. So long as if it's not made in Anambra, let it be made in the neighboring states, Nigeria. That's what he has always preached. If you cannot afford the Akwete, other things, other clothes that are made in Anambra, made in Nigeria, you can buy local content, buy local products to empower people, that the people, entrepreneurs, for them to do more. So the governor just Akwete, not just what he wears. The shoe he wears is made in Obunike, the shoe factory in Obunike. That's the shoe he wears. His official car, he has for the 3 years he has been governor, he drives a nursing. Everybody knows that. His official, you see his convoy, his official car is a nursing vehicle. That's to show you the kind of, he has always preached that he's number one marketer. They say, no, you have to support, he's our own, we support him. He has been using it, he maintained it, he said he was going to, during his swearing in, he started using it. From then till now, he's still using a nursing car. So, made in Anambra, that's him. I told you about the drinks. It has to be made in Anambra. And this is the way to support people that are manufacturing, producing these things. If you leave them and you're importing everything, how do they grow? I mean,
okay. We've seen in the ABGA government where the state is ABGA, fully shielded, clothed, robed in ABGA in the administration, and the ABGA government still works with the center. And we're still seeing the same thing play out again during this presidential visit where Mr. Governor, who is the ABGA national leader, endorsing the center for 2027. So how do you see that?
It's not the first time it's happening. ABGA has always worked with the center. They have always supported the president, the party at the center, the president. So it's not the first time it's happening. So doing that goes further to show the president that we are with you, we're working with you. The progressive, just like they said, the progressives are working together.
Yes.
So it's not the first time it's happening. So I don't see it as anything. It's normal. It's good. It's good for us. So it goes further to make the president feel at home. These are my people. Whatever I have to do for them, I will have to do it. Doesn't need to think twice about it. That's what we want. The relationship, good relationship, and things. I will talk out about Tatayi. One day, that's not talk out about Tatayi. So the two progressives, the older progressive being ABGA, and then the younger progressive being If you listen to the governor's speech, the governor said it. Progressives, the progressive, the progressive center, but just that in Anambra here, we all know who the leader of the progressives is, and he's one bar. He's the leader of the progressives in Anambra State. So,
of course.
And he's doing well.
President Tinubu, at the time when he was the governor, was known as the governor that tamed Atlantic. Now coming to Anambra to commission these audacious projects and the rest, would you say the president and the governor, they are like?
Definitely. We all know when Tinubu was the governor of Lagos State. At some point, they stopped his IJR and his FAC, the money that comes from the federal government. And I think it was for 18 months or there.
A year plus.
He governed the state with IGR. As a matter of fact, in Lagos State, he was the one that took IGR to all-time high and all that. Lagos started booming. So we know his antecedent. We know what he did in Lagos State.
Yeah.
So and Governor Soludo. Yeah, thank you. Exactly. Governor Soludo, Oluwatu is doing his own magic. We are seeing it. Like I said, anybody that tells you Governor Soludo is not doing anything, is he just some say it's just amusement park and the governor's lodge.
I was actually coming to that because
I just laugh.
Because somehow we thought that is it not just amusement park? So do you think the just amusement park in quotes has any prospects for the Anambra?
Definitely. People talk about it. Okay, within 9 months of him being governor, first time, I don't think it has happened before. What happens is when governors are leaving office. We've been here, so it's not as if we are all coming back from abroad. We've been in these states. Some governors employ when they are leaving. Few months to their handing over, they will recruit people, thousands of people, and hand over a huge wage bill to their successor. So what Soludo did it has never happened before. He employed 5,000 teachers within 9 months of coming into office. after recruiting 5,000, another 3,115, making it 8,115 were employed. So he is somebody that believes in. I no go they share money give you. You must be working. You have
Not
to do
rice and
something.
beans palliative.
Permanent. Thank you. Permanent job, not just maybe
Sharing rice
come
and
and
Tomato
sing,
and
sing
onions.
praises and I'll give you.
Oh, junior
I'll
Simon.
give you money. No.
Thank you.
All right, my people.
Thank
We
you.
don't come to the end of today's podcast. And as usual, we have to go. But remember, please like and subscribe. In fact, like, subscribe to this channel, share to your friends, tell a friend to tell a friend. Just keep telling another friend so that they'll go and tell another friend. They'll tell another friend, they'll not come and tell another friend. Things like that. You know I love you. So this is where we come to the end of today's podcast, but make sure you stick around with us next week. My name is Uche Chukwu Ebonam. You can call me Jasmine, and thank you once again.
My name is Favor Asiro. Thank you.
Bye.
Voices of the Anambra, our pride, our voice.